it just hit me that we're going to hit a level of depression and World Cup withdrawals that I don't think I've ever experienced before.
I just realized something. What we gonna do when everybody leave? What we gonna do when the whole world go back home?
What is the point of wasting time if time gets added at the end? Like, is it just to mess with the other team's momentum? And on that note, are players not allowed to talk to the coaches and drink water while someone is getting treated?
Penalty shootouts in the World Cup have to be the best thing ever created. Like, I don't know what they're putting in these things, but...
So now Americans are scared, like they are afraid how America is going to be or look like after the World Cup. Like, they can't imagine how America is going to be like when the World Cup is over, because the matches and the excitement and how basically they are experiencing different cultures, they are so scared how America is going to be. Like, someone is even saying Donald Trump is going to whip them after everyone is gone. Like, I don't want to talk much. And also, there are some Americans that are still in denial of how the World Cup is so big and the impact that they are seeing with all this that is going on. Listen, I don't want to talk much. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. You don't lose anything by liking. Just give the video a thumbs up. Let's go into the video, watch, come back and talk.
I just went to check what the late match is tonight, realized there was no game, and a wave of sadness and depression came over me that I have to wait till tomorrow to watch another footy match. What are we supposed to do when this World Cup ends? It just hit me that we're going to hit a level of depression and World Cup withdrawals that I don't think I've ever experienced before. The expanded World Cup, we were hit with more World Cup than we've ever had before, and then just cold turkey after July 19th. The final happens. What are we supposed to do? I guess it's like a strategic time to get significant other time in and take care of that before the Prem and NFL starts back up again. But it hadn't hit me until today that, like in life, everything comes to an end, and this World Cup is, before we blink, it's gonna be over, man.
I just realized something. What we gonna do when everybody leave? What we gonna do when the whole world go back home? Like being at your grandmama's house in the summer, then everybody go home. All your cousins there. Everybody came out of town. Everybody eating what they want to eat at grandmama's house because she don't care. What we gonna do when they all go home? That is making me sad. I like all this commotion. I like all this excitement. I like all the people talking about America. I like them eating our food. I like them bringing businesses to our cities. I like all this commotion. It's gonna get boring. And then the media gonna tell us how horrible we are when they go. We gotta do something else. What else we got? What's the lineup? What's next? How we can get them back over here? We need our cousins back over here.
Dude, what are we gonna do when the Scots leave and all the Viking Norwegian people leave and there's no ruin and no party, no Scotland, no party? This really is gonna be no party, man. It's gonna have to go back to regular base gas Boston. It's gonna suck, man. These people rock. They're bringing some energy. They really are. Let's enjoy the international love while we can, folks, on this beautiful Friday. By the way, Scotland plays at 6 o'clock. I hope they beat the ever-living shit out of Morocco. I'm part of the Tartan Army. I'm signing on. Secondary love. No Scotland. No party.
I just realized something. What we gonna do when everybody leave?
We gonna get a beating. We're going to get a beating. So, the American people and our government, we're like the other people, like the other world's cousins, right? And our parents, the government, they them bougie parents who don't get along with nobody else, but they decided to host something, I think, to prove their worth or to prove that they're the shit. So they already done gave us a pep talk talking about you don't need to be playing with them, you above them, you better than them, you don't need to be over there talking to them or nothing. Your cousins don't know how to act, they don't know how to live the way you live and blah, blah, blah. They're not blessed like you, right? But you know how the cousins come over and it turns out y'all get into your own conversation and y'all start having a blast and you start doing everything opposite of what your parents told you not to do prior to the party starting. So they just can't wait until company leave because they gonna whoop your ass. we're going to get in trouble. We're going to get in trouble. That's what's going to happen. We're going to get a beating. They're going to beat our ass because we've been over here just acting a fucking fool with our cousins, and that's not what we were supposed to be doing. We were supposed to be over here all high and mighty, like, you know, we're better than everything, and not be socializing with them because they're technically supposed to be below us or something like that, and we're supposed to be top dog above everybody. That's how they expected us to act. And granted, we got some older siblings on our end that's going to do that. But the rest of us, and we would have probably done that too had we been a little bit more younger minded, but now we're starting to come into that mind frame where we don't listen to our parents. Especially this particular parent we got now. Nobody listens to them, and we do what we want to do. So we're going to get in trouble. We're definitely going to get a beating. I'm not exactly sure what executive order form this is going to come in, but we're definitely going to get in trouble. Yeah, we're definitely getting a beating. We have for sure broken every fucking rule that they have told us not to do. And they have been watching us closely. You better believe we're going to pay for it.
How does the World Cup compare to the Super Bowl? I want to go through viewers and I want to go through money. How many viewers do you think the Super Bowl has on average?
I would say around 205 million.
That's a fantastic guess. It's about 215 million viewers. That's a lot of viewers.
Yeah, that is a ton of viewers.
Now, how much do you think the World Cup opener this season had?
I mean, it's a worldwide sport, so I would say it had to be around like 465 million.
Okay, you might want to multiply that by 3.
Really?
1.2 billion viewers for the opening match, not the championship, the opening match of the World Cup this year.
That's insane.
It's ridiculous. That's nearly 10 Super Bowls watching the opening match.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
10 Super Bowls!
It's not even football.
It's football.
It's football with a U, not the good football.
American football. What do you think the total revenue made for the Super Bowl is on average?
Revenue, probably up there. Like, I would say 300 million.
It's actually way higher than that. It's 800 to 900 million dollars. So I said 850. What do you think the 2022 FIFA World Cup cycle made?
Oh, God. I would say around $2 billion.
They made $7.5 billion last World Cup. That's nearly 9 Super Bowls, the total revenue for the entire cycle of the World Cup, though. Maybe one day we'll get there.
I don't know. I don't know if you can compete with a worldwide sport.
You can't. Is it football or is it football?
It's soccer. It's not football.
Penalty shootouts in the World Cup have to be the best thing ever created. Like, I don't know what they're putting in these things, but I need more. My body craves it. I mean, the tension, the drama, the cinema, the theater. There is nothing in all of sports that even comes close to the absolute cinema that penalty shootouts are. Because it's just a good old-fashioned 1v1. The goalkeeper and the player taking the penalty. And if that wasn't stressful enough, you have the World Cup pressure. You have literal countries and their entire mental health banking on one guy making this penalty. And you're just on the edge of your seat, staring at the ball, waiting for it to be kicked, because if he makes it, it's celebration, it's elation, the whole crowd's going crazy. But if they miss it, absolute disappointment, guilt, and shame. And just the drama of, like, when one team misses, everyone freaks out, oh my god, the other team's got this in the bag. And then the next penalty from the other team, they miss it too. It's just back and forth. It is just straight up theater. But yeah, whoever created the idea of having penalty shootouts at the World Cup, that guy was cooking.
I ain't even gonna hold y'all, bruh. World Cup been so entertaining, bruh. Nigga done bought FIFA. Nigga finna load this bitch up right now, nigga. I don't know a fucking thing about soccer, nigga, but look. I just seen that nigga, wasn't that Messi, bruh? Messi the fucking GOAT. Nigga scored 3 goals in a row. I said, yo, this nigga might be the best. Like I said, I don't know shit about soccer, but that shit just made a nigga buy the game. Bro, this bitch look kind of tough, though. No cap. And nigga got my career on this bitch? Hold up. Nah, I'm really funny. Hold up, I gotta play outline. I'm finna become a Michael Jordan on FIFA, my nigga. Like, I ain't gonna lie. That shit make a nigga want to call that bitch football.
This is part 20 of my series as someone who doesn't watch any sports, but who's watched every match of the World Cup and has many, many thoughts. What is the point of wasting time if time gets added at the end? Like, is it just to mess with the other team's momentum? And on that note, are players not allowed to talk to the coaches and drink water while someone is getting treated? Like, are the fake injuries a misdirection so other players can, like, talk to the coach and, like, get strategy? Paraguay and France, Julio, what is this behavior? Paraguay was insane. Like, I actually could not believe what they were doing on that field. Why were they so mean? And I know in other matches I've seen player 10, Almiron, he's kind of messy, but it's like fun messy. You know what I mean? Like, it feels playful, like not that serious. But player 23, Galarza, player 2, Velasquez, player 4, Caceres, they need timeouts. When player 4 was like trying to make a dent in the ground before Mbappe took the penalty, I was truly speechless. Or player 2, when he was like trying to tussle with the French goalkeeper. Like, why? This is my thing. Like, would it even feel good to win a match when you're being so sneaky and mean? Maybe that's dumb though. Like, obviously they just want to win the match however they can. Ugh. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. That French team, though, class act. They deserve a prize or something. Like, is there an award for being nice on the field? And people are going in online, I see, on Mbappe for, like, not shaking hands with the goalkeeper. Why should he? Are you kidding me? One of his teammates literally punched a French player. Like, ugh. I did see an interview, though, with player 23, Galarza. He was, like, crying, and I did feel a little bad. Just a little, though. I don't want to see anyone upset, but my God. Just play football. Can we, like, do away with all this other stuff? Morocco versus Canada. I didn't really love this game. It was kind of sloppy. I just hated seeing either team with the ball. Like, they didn't do anything with it that was really exciting. I think for the majority of the match, Canada played better. Maybe Morocco was a little better in the second half. But Morocco, like, lost a lot of that fun style and, like, energy that they usually have on the field. Like, I love watching them pass and like how they interact, but they didn't have that this time. And as much as I love Hakimi, he did deserve that yellow card. He pushed that Canadian player. Oh my God. After that though, the ref was like taking it too far with the yellow cards. Like, relax. I really like the Moroccan goalkeeper, Bono. Ugh. He's so adorable and he has like such a good energy. The second goal that Morocco made was like delicious. Player 4, I think he like tapped it so slightly to player 8, Ohani. And I was really happy to see Rahimi, I think, player 9, score a goal at the end. I feel like he tried so hard the whole match and nothing happened. And then finally he got it. Okay, that's it. I'm really pumped to watch Jude today. I'm curious how these matches will go, though. I hope we're going to get to watch some really fun football. Obviously, I'm going to root for the team that performs best.
So I've been watching this World Cup since it started, and I'm genuinely enjoying these matches. Now, mind you, I've never watched a soccer game until this World Cup. So this World Cup has made a fan out of me. And I'm sitting here wondering, why am I genuinely enjoying these matches so much? And I figured it out. On top of the matches being so enjoyable to watch, we have multiple matches happening every single day. Like, the World Cup is throwing so many exciting games in my face. It's practically forcing me to like it. And it got me thinking, why doesn't the NFL do this? Now, hear me out. I know that there's more teams playing in the World Cup than there are teams in the NFL, but they can redo the NFL schedule so that there's 1 or 2 games being played every single day. We already have games being played Sunday, Mondays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays. The only days we're missing is Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. There's 32 teams, which means that there needs to be 16 games that be played throughout the week. So each day would need to have 2 games, and we can either have Sunday play 4 games, or we can split up Sunday and another day of the week to play 3 games. And what I'm thinking is that teams play games at least every 8 days. What that means is if a team plays on Monday, the next game that they could possibly play is on the next Tuesday. This also will help teams out who have to play on Sunday and then turn around and play 5 days later on Thursday. And we can possibly get rid of bye weeks because we're adding more days of rest between games, or we could just keep it. I don't know. What y'all think? Now, the schedule, they're going to have to work it out a little bit. I'm not no NFL schedule guru, but I think it'll work. Now, the only thing negative I could think of is that fans won't show up because they have work throughout the week, but fans show up for Monday and Thursday night games, so that kind of eliminates that idea already. The fans are going to show up regardless. And the icing on the cake is us football fans who don't mind watching all the NFL games can actually start watching all the NFL games. We don't have to choose which game we want to watch because 2 games are being played at the same time. The NFL just needs to adopt the World Cup schedule. I don't know. It makes sense to me, but I might be tripping. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Americans are so funny because last week we didn't even know the World Cup was being held in this country. Most people woke up on a random day to thousands of foreign visitors in their city and wondering what the hell is even going on. Most of us didn't even know that we were playing in the World Cup. We just thought we were hosting it. But this week, everybody's in all of the gear. They're going to the watch parties. They're making friends with all the visitors. They're learning the rules of the game. Although one person at a watch party called something an automatic first down. So we're still working on that. But we're also learning the team members because everybody is cheering for Diamond's little brother, who was a free man that scored a goal on Juneteenth. So basically we're locked in. Okay, we're here for the party, we're here for the vibes, and we're here to win.
watching the World Cup as an American because you'll be watching two countries that truly, honestly, I know it's bad, but I haven't ever thought about them in my life. Netherlands and Morocco. Why? I have no opinion on either of them. Who am I going to root for? Well, I like the fans of Morocco. I like the orange jerseys on the Netherlands. Dutch Brothers makes too sugary of coffee and I'm a diabetic. All right, I'm rooting for Morocco. That's how I came to that conclusion. That's how I came to it. I'm rooting for Morocco.
I don't care about the World Cup, gang. I'm sorry. Until I seen how hard y'all was rooting for Mexico. Once I seen how hard y'all was going for Mexico today, man, I'm like, dang, I gotta lock into these games. I'm in Seattle right now and the city getting a little deep. I'm seeing everybody wearing a little jersey. I'm like, bruh, I'm about to lock into all these games. I did not know the World Cup was really like that. People been saying that it's like the Olympics times two. And it really might be.
There are so many strange things about the World Cup that even though I'm not a soccer fan, I just can't help but pay attention. But it's not the games themselves, it's the symbolism, it's the timing, it's the astrology. I don't even know where to start. For example, let's talk about the EA Sports simulation. Have you heard about this? Since 2010, EA Sports has run a simulation through their game. The last 4 World Cups, they've predicted the correct winner. Spain in 2010, Germany in 2014, France in 2018, and Argentina in 2022. And they picked Messi to get the golden ball, though I suppose that would be kind of obvious. Now, if you like those odds, they've predicted that Spain is going to win 2026, so go place your bets. And a lot of people feel like the sporting events are scripted. It's hard to ignore that sometimes, because there's obviously a lot of money to be made if the right teams make it. In 2024, 39 leagues from 33 countries filed a dispute with the European Commission, complaining about the bloated corporate structure and expansion of the FIFA World Cup. They were expressing their concern about this just being a big money grab and not focused on the players' well-being or just the beauty of the game. And speaking of 39, that's the number of days from the first day to the last day of this World Cup series. And there are 5 days of rest, meaning that there's 33 active game days before the World Cup final on July 19th, which just happens to be another busy date astrologically. The other very active day, of course, is the 4th of July, how convenient, when Mars conjoins Uranus that morning. And what does that conjunction symbolize? Well, sudden explosive energy, impulse, disruption, change, revolution. What an appropriate energy to have on the 250th anniversary of America while these games are being played out. And although the United States does not get to play England on the 4th of July like we were hoping would happen, it still feels like it was scripted for that potential outcome. Which shouldn't surprise you, because FIFA is known for market manipulation and corporate greed. They were sued for it in 2015. And if we go back a bit further to 1970, that's a major year not only for FIFA and the World Cup, but for the world. That year, Brazil won their 3rd World Cup and were awarded the World Cup trophy as a permanent piece to showcase in their museum. That trophy, which depicted Nike, not the brand, but the Greek goddess of victory, was replaced by a new trophy, this one, which looks a lot like Atlas, doesn't it? Atlas, propping up the earth, turning the heavens, controlling the globe. What else happened in 1970? Well, there was the Nixon shock, where we had just printed so much money for the Vietnam War that we decided we don't have enough gold reserves and we just need to lift the gold standard. That officially took place in 1971, the same year that the Nike brand was officially registered. And I don't think most people realize just how significant that event was and how that shaped the global economy forever. This World Cup just feels different. For everything that's happening in the world, it feels different. And I know that I'm not alone in that. It feels like a significant year. That's all I can say. And while the world watches their favorite teams duke it out on US soil, something else is quietly being deployed in the background. In these major cities, surveillance tracking technology is being rolled out protest-free in the name of security and safety because of the boost in tourism. And while our attention is diverted here at the sporting events, and here at the politics, and here at the global conflicts, we cannot organize collectively in thought. So for those of you more concerned about the Messi-Ronaldo reunion, I think it's time you rethink your priorities.
This sport really does blow my mind because there was a World Cup record broken today and its total attendance was 3.6 million people have attended the games throughout the entirety of the group stage. And it's not even over yet. The group stage is not even over. And there's been 3.6 million people at games so far. 3.6 million views on a stream, like watching the game, would be insane. That's a really high number. This is the amount of people going. So in attendance, not even watching, the amount of people watching is 10 times that number. I said 10 times that. I might need to times that by 10. 10 times. My goodness. Last time it had 1.5 billion. In order for it to break the streaming record, it would have to do, my goodness, 1.6 billion, which is an astronomical number to even think about. That's just for the final? Oh yeah, this sport is insane. That's just for I'm thinking that's the in total. Oh yeah. We'll see if this World Cup can break that record as well. I don't know. I have no idea. This sport is massive.
You see, when it comes to World Cup, it sometimes baffles Americans. I am saying this and I will say this again. But the real impact of World Cup, Americans are not seeing it. Trust me, Americans are not seeing the real impact of World Cup. Because what you are seeing, that is 48 nations or countries. And it has been spread across 3 countries. At first, World Cup, it was 32 countries, all in one country. So just imagine the fans. And trust me, people were allowed to get visas into the host nation easily. Like, it was very easy. But America even restricted a lot of people. So you are not really seeing the impact. So this is just a tip of the iceberg for you guys, seeing people coming around from all over the world into America and all that. But this one, you are hosting it with together with Mexico and Canada. So you are not seeing the real impact. Honestly, you are not really seeing the impact. And I think I've also seen many of them trying to say that they are now going to stick with soccer. When you go under the comment section of some of these videos, that's what they are saying now, because they've seen how exciting it is with football. They call it soccer. And also, listen, if you're American and you're watching this, just follow the EPL. You know, that's the English Premier League and also the Champions League. I'm telling you, the impact and the excitement around these games is so huge, and you are going to be enjoying football every week. Like, great football and great fanatics around these games. Like, bro, you will enjoy it. So just follow EPL and the Champions League, and I'm telling you, it is so nice. Like, I don't know how you are going to see it, but just experience it and you will know how it is. Thank you so much for watching.